I'm not gonna spaz today. I'm not gonna spaz.
You got it.
My voice.
Well, we'll turn quickly to Canelo Alvarez. Canelo, you've won a lot of close decisions before. Did you feel you did enough to win this fight? You have a rematch clause. Do you want to do this again?
Please get the fuck out of here, man.
Anyway, man, what's going on, everyone? I'm Hawk Von Dame. I'm here with my brother, Mr. Get That Work.
Yeah.
All the Chin Checkerz, baby.
Yeah.
What did you think, man?
Ooh, what did I think? I'm gonna tell you the first shit that came to mind. I was sitting there and I was just like, yeah, them 4 pounds for Earl looking pretty good right now, huh, motherfucker? Huh? You want to lose 4 pounds for Earl? Look what happened. Look what happened. He got completely outboxed, and wow. And not for nothing, the judges' scorecards, we're gonna get to that, but he got outboxed, man. He got outboxed. He started to do some of his tricks when he fights bigger guys. You know, break down their arms so they can drop their hands, so he could get in with a power shot. Didn't work.
I saw that too. The one thing that he didn't do was hit Bivol on the hip much.
Right.
He didn't see it at all, but he usually does do this. I think it's like a lead hook to hit someone in the side.
Yeah.
But yeah, he almost didn't do that at all. Maybe it's because of Bivol's jab. Not sure. Leading into the fight, when you first told me about this, you said, hey, he's fighting Bivol next. I was like, oh, that's an easy win. And I just took it as a name value. As we got closer to the fight, I started watching more videotape, and I started telling you the whole statement. I took back, like,
yeah,
nah. And then I said, why wouldn't you fight Charlo or Benavidez that stylistically matches up with you better than Bivol? But in my opinion, and this is what I was telling everyone, there is no way boxing was gonna give him Bivol the decision. Turns out they did.
Yeah.
Now I lost money for 2 straight weeks. Yo, I didn't bet on Canelo to win though. I didn't bet Canelo to win. I bet on the draw. I get there was only 2 options. Canelo would eke out a tough decision, a close decision. It was going all the way. So that as a little hedge bet. It wasn't much money, but then I bet big on the draw because I figured if Bivol did win, they weren't going to give him the fight.
Almost.
What did you think of the scorecards?
Yeah, man, those scorecards are wild. The scorecards read exactly 115 or 113. And what made it weird was that every single judge had it identically the same. Every single round.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah. So real quick to go with the notes, all 3 judges, this is how they scored it. They gave Canelo the first 4 rounds. Don't know how, but they gave Canelo the first 4 rounds. After that, Bivol wins the next 4 rounds. Round 9, they give to Canelo, and Bivol wins the last 3. If Bivol didn't win that last round, it would have been a draw. Apparently, the judges saw it 7-5. Don't know how Canelo got 5 rounds because from the combi box, he didn't outland him in power punches. He didn't outland him in jabs, all total punches.
Yeah, even the eye test, just watching it, didn't look like he was winning.
Yeah, every stat he lost. So, I mean, the right man won, but if he didn't get that last round, man, it would have been a robbery. It would have been a robbery.
And that's kind of to my point. Shame on Sergio, I believe it's Sergio Mora or Mora, the Latin snake, whoever's doing the commentating for the zone.
Oh, yeah.
Going into the 12th round, he to play it safe.
Nah.
In what world do you play it safe?
Nah.
If you're Floyd Mayweather, you play it safe. You are the big dog in boxing and making all the money, and you clearly got a lead, and you've been smashed your son's face, and you can't get him out of there, then you play it safe. When you're the less known, less star-powered guy, you're pretty much the challenger. You're not the champion. I don't care what the belt says.
Yeah.
You don't go out there and play it safe. Now, had he played it safe, I would have a lot more money in my pocket right now. So I'm a little upset with that. But my whole thing is, like you said, the right guy won. Boxing almost never does that. It was recently, you spoke out about Josh Taylor, saying that you didn't like Josh Taylor. Josh Taylor lost his last fight.
Yeah.
But they gave it to the other guy.
Yep.
Why? Josh Taylor's a star. Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano, I could see it being a lot closer. Amanda Serrano rocked her plenty of times that fight. It was at least 3, I remember.
Mm-hmm.
We gave it to Katie. So
you gotta finish strong. You gotta finish strong.
Yeah, you have to. You have to. And I think that Amanda should have had this type of mindset that Bivol had. Bivol didn't take his foot off the gas, but then even at points, I felt that Bivol wasn't even doing enough. Felt like Bivol had to do what he did. And it goes to show you, because the performance he put on was only separated by 1 round. The people that don't know what that scorecard reads, 113 to 115 means it's 5 rounds to 7.
Yeah.
That means had he coasted that last round,
would have been a draw.
6. And I, like I said, it would have been some money. Boxing got it right.
They got it right. Almost got it wrong, but they got it right. You know, I'm happy that, you know, Bivol won. Not that I have any issue with Canelo, but I'm happy that just the right guy won. Because like you said, we don't see it a lot. So, you know, Bivol is a funny dude, man. He's a funny dude. He's like, oh, sorry, Eddie Hearn, I ruined your plans. Like,
version, and this is belt. I keep this belt. And thank you, Eddie Hearn. And sorry, I broke your plans with Gennady Golovkin, maybe. And
yeah.
Yeah, he still had the jabs. I don't know what Canelo does from here. You know, maybe now Triple G fight looks more interesting. Maybe it looks more interesting now.
We definitely not going that route. And Triple G retire immediately.
Wait, who?
No, he should retire. Triple G should retire. It's
I thought you meant Canelo. I'm like, whoa.
Where do you think Canelo goes from here? Do you want to see a rematch?
He deserves a rematch because of his name, but he needs to figure out a different game plan, man. He needs to figure out a different game plan. And, you know, I think Oscar De La Hoya called it. I think a couple of days ago, he had an interview where he kind of spoke of why Canelo looked at him as a traitor. And that's because he told Canelo, this is coming from Oscar, that maybe you should get a new trainer to show you new tricks. And Canelo took that as, you know, being disloyal. And look what played out. Look what played out. He stuck with the same game plan, trying to break his arms down. Didn't work. He looked frustrated. And he almost got laid out. Like, he almost got knocked down.
Well, I don't think I ever saw him hurt, but bothered, you know. This guy definitely hitting him. When I look at this, it's a little weird. Maybe, I don't know if De La Hoya had anything to do with the whole Bivol thing. I don't understand why. Don't understand why you would fight Bivol. Once I started watching the film, I wanted to pick the upset. Had this been a clean sport and boxing always gets it right, I would have bet Bivol.
Right.
After watching the film, he had all the characteristics that give Canelo trouble. He moves, high IQ, good jab, and he's bigger. He's just bigger. He's 175. He's been at 175. He fought Joe Smith and took Joe Smith's punch. I want to know the thought process between him not fighting David Benavidez or Charlo, or even being the weight bully and beating up on Earl. I don't understand it. Those were huge paydays. And as a fan, I kind of wanted to see those fights.
Yeah.
And after this fight, the only thing that I thought was it's a lot closer than people think, man.
Now, I'm going to say this, and this might be a little controversial, but I think it's true. Earl, I think he would have beat Earl. He's three weight classes bigger than him. He probably would have beat him. Stronger.
Stop him, too.
Yeah, same thing with Charlo. I think he would have stopped him. Benavidez would have been a closer match. But now think about this. Demetrius Andre kind of fights very similar to Bivol. There's a reason why Canelo didn't want to fight him and called him a boring fighter. Demetrius Andre fights very similar to Bivol. Doesn't have as much power. You know, he's not as big, but styles, very similar.
Yeah, agility-wise. But then what's the thought process between not fighting Demetrius, Andrade, but then fighting Bivol? I don't get that.
He thought it was food. Made a mistake. He thought it was food.
I don't know who's watching the video and goes, this guy's food. We were very busy last week, so we didn't get to do a in-depth breakdown of it. But there's plenty of video of me saying, or you saying, it's definitely not going to be a knockout. We both said that.
Right.
And I'm letting you know why I'm putting big money up on the draw. Because Bivol is a better boxer than Jamal Charlo and David Benavidez. I'm not saying he's a better fighter, I'm saying he's a better boxer. Technically, he good boxer. Got a good jab, better jab than Charlo. So Bivol has to put on an incredible performance just to be on a level playing field. The zone boxing in general isn't gonna give Bivol the win. He has to go out there and smoke Canelo. I don't think anyone can smoke Canelo. You could beat Canelo. I don't think anyone can smoke him. Yeah. So I think the only two choices are Canelo win, which you're not going to win any money, or you better draw. And the draw right now is 1,800 to 100.
Yo, the draw basically means that Bivol beat him. That's what that means.
Yeah, that's exactly.
That's what the draw means in this fight. Bivol actually.
But I was really leaning towards, man.
I think most people thought that Canelo would win based off decision because nobody really felt that Bivol would get the decision.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
And he won, to me, maybe 8 rounds.
Isn't it
maybe even 9?
Yeah. I didn't have it close. I had it a landslide.
The elephant in the room. Everybody, knows that first Triple G fight that Canelo had, it was a lot of controversy with that fight. And if you look at the stats in the second fight, there's still controversy, but especially that first one. So, it's a known fact. Winning a decision against Canelo is hard.
Yeah,
it's hard.
Which shows you the type of performance that Bivol did, where they were looking to take it away.
Yeah, if he didn't push that last round, if he did not push that last round, and if he would have, went on his bicycle, it would have been a draw.
I don't know if you've seen it.
I didn't see it.
You didn't see it.
I didn't see it.
I'm not gonna go on an epic rant, though. I'm not gonna do it.
That's your girl, though. Hey, for everybody who don't know, he's talking about Rose, UFC. I'm just telling y'all now. So go ahead. He's into it, man. You should have a rough night, man. UFC is a rough sport, man.
I love Rose Namajunas. She's my favorite MMA fighter. Female MMA fighter, probably of all time. I like her that much. And I like her that much because she's this small, pretty, beautiful girl, technically amazing.
Yeah.
But she's also weak, like physically. She's weak. It's the truth. And she still knocks people out. She wins. Which is amazing to me. Like, how is this little petite, pretty girl able to do these things? Which makes me love her. But last night was the worst performance I've ever seen in MMA history.
In history, wow.
That's not female man history. Not just UFC, I mean history. That was the worst performance of all time. And I love Rose Namajunas. That's why people come to this show, though. Because I ain't holding back on anyone. I don't care if I'm a fan of you or whatever. I'm letting everyone have it. And I love her. That's my favorite fighter. And I will support her next fight. This was the worst shit I've ever seen in my life. She ran the whole fight. The whole fight. The whole fight. And in my mind, I was like, watch this shit go to the scorecards and they not give her the decision simply because she ran. Not that the girl wasn't able to do anything, but the fact that she ran. And what happened, they gave the other girl the title. Honestly, what Dana White should have did was take the belt away from both of them and tell them, fuck out the ring. That's what he should have did. I love you, Rose, but god damn, that was bad.
I mean,
oh man, rough night.
Rough night, man.
Yeah, no more money for me.
Rough night.
Yo,
shit, man. Before we get out of here, I gotta ask a big question. Kind of, going back to the Canelo situation. Not trying to hurt nobody's feelings. I'm just asking a question. Where does Canelo now rank pound for pound? I think that's a legit question.
I think he drops a couple notches, man.
How far down?
Not very far, but definitely, I would say like above Usyk, but under Terrence, Errol.
Because a lot of people had him number one. A lot of people had Terrence number one. So he was teetering between 1 and 2. I think most people had him number 1.
I think Terrence takes him. And Terrence has now jumped him. At least Terrence and maybe Earl. I think those, depending on what you look at, could go either or.
I mean, in my opinion, I think right now he comes in possibly 4, 5, or 6. I'm thinking maybe 5.
That's dropping real low, man.
I'm thinking maybe 5. I mean, we got a lot of skillful people because honestly, you got to put Terrence as number 1 now. Earl is up there. Then you got Tyson Fury. He's either 4, 5, or 6. He's either 4, 5, or 6. I think third is disrespectful to Earl. I think he's 4, 5, or 6 now.
Damn, see, this is where so I went to the wrong pound for pound list. They got some people I've never heard of on. Who made this? This is criminal, man.
I think that's it.
Right, yeah, we cracked 500 followers. Finally, our page started moving again.
Yeah,
no more black bolts. So thank everyone for sharing our stuff.
Appreciate y'all.
Subscribe button. Also set the alert. So when we go live on Fridays, we do our predictions. You can join us. You can give your predictions.
Yeah.
Shout out to Frankie. I think it was last week or the week before that. He came on live with us to say 6-round knockout Fury and 6-round knockout. It happened. All right, but that's pretty much it, bro.
And before we get out of here, everybody, just want to send all the mothers in the world, a happy Mother's Day. You know what I'm saying? Because of y'all, we everybody exists, and we mothers have a hard job, So appreciate you, love you, Mom, adore you. I already know.
All the women in my life, happy Mother's Day. Thank y'all. Did you hear Kevin Samuels died?
Bring that, yeah, I heard that.
Is he really dead or is that a rumor? What the fuck is going on? I can't find anything that confirms if it's true or if it's
no, he's gone. He's gone. But I'm gonna tell you this. I heard somebody report about it on YouTube. And the funny thing is, like, when he's reading how it happened, like he met this girl and spent the night together. Next morning, his chest was hurting, blah, blah, blah. She called a hospital, tried to help him. She's a nurse. I'm like, So we all gonna pretend like she not the suspect. Like we all
Yes,
gonna act
yeah.
like we not thinking it's her. That's what we're gonna do. We just gonna pretend like we don't think it's her, huh?
Yo,
All right.
damn, man, we lost a fucking legend. That dude, yo, that's a legend right there, man.
Yeah.
I don't know if the YouTube game will ever be the same. I think we need to give them like a few seconds of silence, man.
I mean, a lot of people liked him. A lot of people didn't like him.
I love
He's
him.
one of those people who said truthful things or his opinions, and maybe his delivery was a little harsh, so people didn't like it. But if it was true, it was true. So yeah.
I fucked with him, man. I fucked with him. Rest in peace, Kevin Samuels, man.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
all right, yo, let's get out of here, man.
All right, yeah.
Oh man.